Money is a powerful flow of spiritual energy you can master. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract money effortlessly while others struggle their whole lives? It's not luck, and it's not just hard work. There's something deeper going on. Here's the surprising truth. Money is a spiritual energy, and when you learn to align with its flow, you can master it. The real secret isn't found in financial strategies, but in understanding how spirituality and money are interconnected. Most people are blind to this truth, but once you see it, everything changes. Imagine being able to attract abundance and prosperity simply by shifting your mindset and actions. Curious? Stick around, because in just a few steps, you'll learn how to unlock the flow of this powerful energy in your own life. Wealth as spiritual energy. Wealth isn't just about numbers in a bank account. It's about understanding that money is a spiritual force. When you view wealth as flowing spiritual energy, you open yourself up to a deeper connection with its true essence. Think of it like a river that flows through your life, nourishing everything it touches. Money is not something we chase, but something we align with by understanding its spiritual nature. This mindset shift alone can begin to transform how we manifest money and attract prosperity. By seeing money as a part of the universal energy, we allow ourselves to tap into its endless flow. It's like realizing that abundance is always available, but we need to remove the mental barriers blocking it. Many people unknowingly create these blocks through a scarcity mindset. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to effortlessly attract wealth? It's because they understand this flow. Money is spiritual, and it flows towards those who honor it as such. When you start to see wealth as a form of energy, you stop fearing it and begin embracing it. One powerful way to align with this energy is to practice the law of giving and receiving. Give freely, knowing that wealth will return in ways you can't yet imagine. Proctor once said that the more you give, the more you receive. And it's true because you're participating in the spiritual laws of money. You can start small, donate to causes you believe in, or help someone in need without expecting anything in return. This act aligns you with the flow of wealth, teaching you that money is spiritual and is meant to circulate. Abundance as a divine flow. Abundance is not something we chase. It's an energetic flow that exists all around us. The moment we understand that prosperity is not about how hard we work, but how we align ourselves with this flow, everything changes. Think of it like tuning a radio. When you're on the right frequency, the signal comes in clear. But if you're misaligned, static and interference block your reception. Financial struggles often come from being out of tune with abundance, not from a lack of energy. Shifting from a scarcity mindset to one of abundance requires changing how we perceive wealth. Instead of seeing money as a limited resource, start recognizing it as an infinite flow. Misalignment happens when we focus on what we don't have instead of being grateful for what we do. Imagine someone focusing on their bills instead of the resources they have to pay them. This reinforces scarcity. However, by consciously practicing gratitude, you attract more opportunities for money manifestation and align with the flow of abundance. A practical way to begin this shift is to create a daily habit of recognizing abundance. Dolores often spoke about the power of belief in shaping our reality. You can start by listing things you're grateful for, big or small. Maybe it's the roof over your head, the food on your table, or the people who support you. This opens the floodgates of abundance, helping you see that money is a flowing spiritual energy, ready to come into your life when you're aligned. Wealth beyond physical forms. Wealth is often misunderstood as simply money in the bank, but true prosperity extends far beyond that. It can manifest in various forms: stocks, cryptocurrencies, real estate, or even opportunities. This is where the concept of wealth as spiritual energy becomes essential to understand. Wealth is not something confined to physical forms. It's an ongoing, flowing energy that can show up in unexpected ways. When we start seeing money as part of a broader spiritual picture, we open ourselves to receive wealth in ways we never imagined. Think of wealth as a current that runs through different channels, not just in cash, but in things like property, investments, or even skills that you develop. Some of the wealthiest people in the world don't have their riches tied solely to money. They invest in knowledge, relationships, and ideas. Bob Proctor used to emphasize how wealth is an ongoing, intangible flow that can present itself in ways that don't always look like money at first glance. When you realize this, you begin to see wealth everywhere, not just in your paycheck. To tap into this broader sense of wealth, consider diversifying how you invest, not only financially, but spiritually and mentally as well. The spiritual laws of money suggest that wealth will continue to flow if we invest in growth, whether through learning new skills, nurturing relationships, or expanding our understanding of money. This continuous flow is what allows you to build real, lasting abundance, showing that money is a flowing spiritual energy beyond physical forms. Aligning with abundance. Aligning yourself with abundance isn't about chasing wealth, it's about tuning into its spiritual essence. Wealth, at its core, is energy, and when you focus on actions driven by purpose and service, you naturally attract prosperity. Think of it like a magnet. When you focus on creating value for others, you become magnetic to wealth. Money and spirituality go hand in hand when wealth is seen as a result of meaningful, value-driven work. When you shift your focus from what you want to receive to what you can give, abundance flows effortlessly. A key aspect of this alignment is to operate from a place of purpose. Wealth flows to those who provide real value to the world, and when you're aligned with that mission, you unlock the spiritual laws of money. For example, entrepreneurs who build business based on service often find that money follows naturally. It's not about working harder, but about working in a way that resonates with your spiritual calling. Bob Proctor talked a lot about this principle, teaching that when you focus on the service you provide, wealth becomes a byproduct of that alignment. One way to begin aligning with abundance is to ask yourself, how can I serve today? Focus on actions that improve the lives of others, whether it's offering help, sharing knowledge, or even simply listening. When you're in this mindset of giving, you open yourself to receive even more. Money manifestation becomes a natural outcome of living a life aligned with purpose, and wealth flows through you because it's connected to the greater good. Cycles of prosperity. Wealth, much like life itself, moves in cycles. There are moments of growth and moments of rest, and learning to flow with these cycles is key to achieving true financial abundance. Prosperity doesn't come in a straight line, and resisting the natural ebb and flow only creates friction. By accepting that wealth has its seasons, we begin to work with, rather than against, the cycles of prosperity. It's like a farmer who understands that planting seeds isn't enough. He must nurture them, and then in time, the harvest will come. Understanding these cycles allows us to approach wealth with patience and wisdom. Just as the ocean has tides, our financial situation will naturally experience highs and lows. Bob Proctor often emphasized the importance of knowing when to invest energy and when to step back and let things develop. Recognizing these patterns helps you avoid burnout and frustration, enabling you to make decisions that are in harmony with the natural flow of spiritual wealth. The key is to ride the waves rather than fight them. To embrace these cycles, consider your actions during both times of growth and rest. In moments of growth, invest your time, energy, and resources wisely. When the cycle shifts, focus on reflection and maintenance. The law of giving and receiving plays a role here. Just as nature gives and takes in balance, so too does wealth. By honoring these cycles, you allow money to flow freely, respecting its spiritual nature as something that grows, transforms, and renews wealth for higher purposes. True prosperity is not just about accumulating wealth, but about using it for higher purposes. When you view money as a tool for elevating others, through education, healthcare, or spiritual growth, you align yourself with the higher vibrational nature of spiritual wealth. Wealth, when used consciously, becomes a vehicle for transformation, not just in your own life, but in the lives of others. This is the ultimate expression of money as spiritual energy, as it flows toward causes that uplift humanity. Wealth is most powerful when it's directed toward growth and evolution. Imagine using your financial resources to fund education programs, support spiritual centers, or improve healthcare access. These are not just acts of charity. They are investments in the collective growth of society. The spiritual laws of money remind us that wealth is not meant to be hoarded, but to be shared in ways that benefit the whole. When you invest in the well-being of others, you contribute to the cycle of prosperity on a much larger scale. To align your wealth with these higher purposes, start by identifying causes that resonate with your values. Whether it's donating to educational projects, supporting spiritual leaders like Dolores, or even investing in initiatives that promote holistic health, every act of giving aligns you with the greater good. This is how wealth becomes a force for spiritual growth, as it creates ripples of positive change in the world. And as you give, remember, the more you pour into others, the more the universe returns to you. Becoming a steward of wealth. Becoming a steward of wealth means recognizing that money is not something we own, but something we are entrusted with. When we take on this responsibility, we begin to see ourselves as caretakers of flowing spiritual energy. The way we use money can raise not only our own consciousness, but also the collective consciousness of those around us. Wealth is meant to flow through us, supporting causes that uplift and empower. By using wealth in enlightened ways, we ensure that it serves a greater purpose. Being a steward of wealth involves more than just managing finances. It's about aligning your resources with your higher calling. This might mean investing in projects that promote spiritual growth, funding educational initiatives, or even contributing to causes that promote global well-being. Bob Proctor often spoke of money as energy, and when you become a steward, you ensure that this energy flows in ways that raise human consciousness. By making intentional, value-driven financial decisions, you honor the spiritual laws of money and allow abundance to circulate freely. To fully embrace this role, begin by asking yourself, how can my wealth contribute to the betterment of others? Whether it's through small acts of kindness or larger philanthropic efforts, the goal is to use your resources to elevate both yourself and those around you. The more conscious you are of the spiritual power behind wealth, the more effectively you can act as a steward. In this way, you not only attract money, but also ensure that it flows toward the highest good, creating a cycle of abundance that benefits everyone. Now that you understand how money is truly a form of spiritual energy, the next step is simple. Start applying these principles today. Ask yourself, are you aligning with the flow of abundance? Are your actions in harmony with the spiritual laws of money? If you're ready to change your reality and attract the wealth you deserve, the time to act is now. What's stopping you from stepping into this new version of yourself, one who masters both spirituality and financial prosperity? Let me know how this resonates with you in the comments. And remember, you have the power to transform your life starting today. If you want to keep learning and dive deeper into these topics, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. There's so much more to discover about how wealth, spirituality, and the law of attraction can change your world. Don't miss out on the journey ahead.